Today's number is 5. That's the number of brain cells Lego thinks we all have as they make sets smaller and smaller and more expensive instead of focusing on just doing a good product. Today, among other things, we're going to find out if 7.5 inches is big enough. That's right, we're reviewing the first Lego Star Wars sets that were officially released on pre-order. As the thumbnail showed, let's first focus on the AT-AT BB-8 and the Venator. First, the AT-AT, 65 euros for 525 pieces. That does not sound like a great deal, and it honestly is not, but you will say it looks good and the inflation is to be expected, right? Well, I totally disagree. Let me tell you why this new AT-AT release is shit. First of all, take a look at this dude over here. You know, the model adult that Lego all wants us to be. Clean house, totally random furniture, and enough disposable income that Lego prices don't seem so bad. But take a closer look at his hands. What do you see? I will tell you what. A small freaking set. This build is tiny, and looking a bit closer we can see why. Lego sprinkled a lot of 1x1 small pieces all around it in a bid to increase the piece count artificially. Second of all, they are fully aware of how small the build is, which is why we have the measurements laid out there. It's their way of saying, we know you think it's small, but look, it's 7.5 inches, that's big, right? No, not really, some would say. Third of all, they couldn't even be bothered to make the platform the AT-AT is standing on big enough for the set. Is it just me, or it looks really bad as the platform is a few studs short of covering the whole AT-AT stride? How lazy or greedy do you have to be to not allow this gentle beast to stand comfortably on a nice stand as it befits a 65 euro set? What would it cost, 20 more pieces? But anyway, let's hit with the facts now, and by facts I mean some comparisons. 525 pieces for 65 euro? Fine. Here is 697 pieces and one minifigure for 60 euros. Here is 557 pieces for 53 euros. Here is 567 pieces and 3 minifigs for 65 euros. Here is 707 pieces and 3 minifigs for 70 euros. Here is 583 pieces and arguably 1 minifig for 65 euros. And finally, here is 625 pieces and 4 minifigs for 65 euros. Now, you tell me that this set is worth it with a straight face Lego. I wouldn't be bothered about the price if I wasn't bothered by the piece count, and then the whole shebang, piece count and price, is a slap in the face when you compare with their previous releases. It's not like the AT-AT is a super mega ultra uber special release that you have to have. It's just pieces, normal bricks. Why so expensive? Now, let's go to the second failure release of 2026, the BB-8. You know, everyone, including myself, was honestly believing this would be a new BB-8 set tied to Rebuild the Galaxy. It made sense, what with its release of Season 2 and also because we've had the BB-8 in 2017. But no, Lego said, hold my lemon juice as I will do a better version of it. And let's look at it. Is it truly better? Sure, I will be the first to admit that the printed pieces are sweet. They look good, they are quite big, and there are plenty of them. The build does seem more organic indeed, but this also has bad parts. Well, the price. Yeah, the old one had 1106 pieces for 100 euros, and this one has 569 pieces for 90 euros. That's a big difference of almost half the pieces, but just a very small price decrease. Yeah, but it has these printed pieces, you see, and if you roll around, it moves its head. First of all, let us be clear on something here. This set is clearly made for display. That's why you have the printed pieces and the overall cleaner, better look, right? It is made to scale with the new R2-D2, Chopper and C-3PO for the people that want to have the full legendary droid display, right? Now, If this set is made to display, why would I want to roll it around my house? Why would I care its head can move in random direction if my only purpose for buying it is to have it nicely displayed in a shelf somewhere, preferably out of sunlight, because just a few months of sun can really do a number on your white Lego bricks. That's right, I don't care about that. And here is my second question. This build is small and can be easily done in 15 minutes probably. Lego has traded build time and number of parts for looks and easier assembly. But here's a newsflash, I don't want Lego to become a new Playmobil. You know, where you have 20 pieces and 3 different snaps and voila, your set, if I can call it that, is done. Lego has built a reputation for ease of repurposing the pieces, and I really dare anyone repurposing those omelette makers. And my third question, if we're moving into a less pieces look better culture for Lego, and disregard the high price for now, why would I buy Lego still and not buy true statuettes or collectibles for a very comparable price, but that will look better and more realistic for sure? I'm not really one to be philosophical about Lego, but you have to wonder, if I enjoy building Lego and the good experience for me is 1-2 hours of assembly per 60-100 euro set, and Lego is pushing me down to a 20-minute Playmobil style experience, do I really stay a Lego fan in the future? 569 pieces on one minifig for 90 euros, huh? How about 594 pieces and 4 minifigs for 70 euros? How about 707 pieces and 3 minifigs for 70 euros? How about 1048 pieces and 1 minifig for 100 euros? And how about 1050 pieces and 2 minifigs for 100 euros? From all angles, this is just overpriced as hell. And that's strike number 2 Lego. And let's end this video with a nice sweet update on the midi-scale Venator. Because by this time you might say, hey, this guy really has it for Lego and he hates everything, and that's not true. I am an avid Star Wars spaceship fan, and I can be frank and say this. The midi-scale Venator is one of the best looking and best put together midi-scale ships Lego has ever released. Starting from the general shape and the assembly with no visible or disturbing gaps like the executor had at the tip, you know that whoever designed this put their best effort here. The box is beautiful and there are 2 details here that matter. First is the size of the ship at a nice 12 inches in length, which really puts to shame the 8080. This is display worthy and it shows. And since it does not have legs, I am okay with the base plate being smaller than the overall model. Second is a snippet of the Battle of Coruscant from Revenge of the Sith. That specific scene cemented the Venator in my young mind as one of the few coolest ships ever, and that's without even seeing the Clone Wars and how that ship was so prevalent there. But what I want to draw your attention to is the fact that the build sticks exactly to the markings and signage of the Revenge of the Sith. The colors, the lines, the markings on the ship are exact and precise. And that's what I would want from all my Lego Star Wars ships, because that exactness oozes respect for the fans and the source material. I take a mild offense to the fact that it's a grey-haired man wielding the Venator, although I have to admit I do have grey hair and I'm in that group age myself. Also, what's with that painting, really? But, as always, I do have an objection about the price. 643 pieces for 80 euros is a bit steep. Granted, it's more palatable than the other 2 garbage sets, but I still can't abstain from comparing these two. 730 pieces for 80 euro, 630 pieces for 70 euros in the exact same ship series, 921 pieces for 85 euros in the same ship series again, and why not 854 pieces for 70 euros. If this set would have been 730 pieces, there would have been no objection in my mind. Even so, I am excited for this release and I truly want to add this to my shelf collection of ships. It's beautiful and probably the best model released in terms of looks and execution. Looking at it, I really can't even realize sometimes that it's Lego. It feels so real to me. Oh, and by the way, they released the other sets as well, official reveals and all, so just going quickly through them after agreeing that the Venator is an amazing release, although a bit expensive. Mandalorian and Grogu speeder bike will be a hit. 2 minifigs and 58 pieces at €10 is truly the best we've had pricing wise since forever. Cobb Vance's speeder might seem pricey at first, but the minifigs are exceptional and will probably be worth around €30 by themselves anyway. Grogu's Homestead is a big disappointment. I mean, sure, it's not a €40+ set for 4-year-olds, but it has no minifig included. Still, it's €20, so we'll see some movement from parents, grandparents who just don't know better. The Shock Trooper is fine, and I do appreciate the price decrease. Nothing special, but it's a move in the right direction. And the Siege of Mandalore does not impress me due to the inclusion of the 332nd Troopers, which I already have plenty of. As for the Mandalorians, I have plenty of those also, but you know, maybe I'll buy a set just to have these two in my collection. All in all, we do have some random gems for LEGO Star Wars in 2026 already, but the overall trend is going downwards. Overpriced sets with crappy builds, do you want me to start again with the turbo tank? And an extreme lack of awareness from LEGO on what makes a good Star Wars set wave release, and this is what I'm sensing right now. Hope you enjoyed the video, and please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. If you don't want to see more, comment and tell me how I suck and LEGO investing is dead. Thank you and happy hunting!